Hi guys, I thought I'd do a wee live session from the shed. Um, yeah, I'll just leave it running a bit and see who will turn up, um, and take it from there. I just wanted to do a little live session on um, the Midsummer Fire Festival. One of the things that I notice is in these little villages in Scotland, there was a kind of celebration for the Queen's Jubilee, and then there isn't a Midsummer's celebration, and that's it. Just says a lot, I think. Uh, it says a lot for the state of affairs that we're living in at the moment. And it brings up the question of, what is this festival? It's easy to, go and have a fire and stand round it and sing songs or whatever. That's all very well, but what is it on an inner level? I think that's what you've got to really think about and work with. Um, I was always disappointed when I worked at these places that did have these festivals. I never worked on it on an inner level because that's, I think that's where um, the tire hits the road, isn't it? That place. So yeah, I want to do a little thing on. I want to read the poem that I just wrote because I walked into the church here, and the light is quite incredible. And I wrote a little poem when I was down there, and I just want to make you aware of a few interesting books in relationship to it, because quite often you get this um, disconnection between the proper. Um, See, this one has got the 4 fire festivals on it. It's by um, Adam McLean. These ones are great, but they're actually out of print now. It's also got Samine Lamis Beltane in block. So yeah, we're right in the middle of the fire festival. Uh, Basically, it's a solstice. So yeah, I was thinking one of the things that's kind of good to remember about it is I've got this book that I happened to pick up when I was thinking about it. It's this one here. It's The Lazy Person's Guide to Success. It's quite a good book actually, but just about. I think one of the ways of connecting with it is trust in this outer wisdom of the physical world and how it relates to your bodily wisdom in your body. and also you're thinking. If you learn to think in a certain way, Steiner gives some really good indications in relationship to that. But yeah, so I think that's, you know, it's a classic kind of solstice meditation. Is, the guy in the front, even lying in the sun. It's just brilliant, isn't it? Just excellent. That kind of quality of expansion and contraction, because it does have this relationship to the Winter Festival. You can't really do one without the other, or you don't get the living quality. It's Christ living quality through the etheric if you don't connect it with the winter. So in my poem, I talk a bit about these two sides. The quality of the candle in the really dark middle of winter night. When it's raining and wet outside and the candle's gone, there's no lights on. It's just a fantastic feeling, and just bring it back to this moment when you've got this warmth quality. So, yeah, I wanted to read this poem. It's called The Bad Ass Solstice. It's not actually. It's called it's called Midsummer. A special walk to a chapel on Midsummer's Day. The sun sinks low, casting shadows from the gravestone. Let go, let go. Cast aside what you do not need. Let it free into the sun's fire. Now is enough. Empty your heavy sacks onto the fire. Let yourself trust in life burning higher. Reconnect with your I am. Feel the fresh, cool water of your I am God's plan. The refreshing light of consciousness. Your personal candle of Christ's love. Remember how it feels on Advent, near or in the darkest, near or the darkest day. Feel and trust the living wisdom of the polarities. Live into the bright and warm passion of John's summer festival. Feel the secret connected with the truth of the inspiration within you. Let it unite. Let it set you free. For I am the I am. That's it. Fresh. Totally fresh. Unworked on. Raw poetry from about an hour ago. So I'll read it one more time because they need to be read out. So this is called The badass midsummer. That sounds better, doesn't it? A special walk to the chapel on Midsummer's Day. The sun sinks low, casting shadows from the gravestones. Let go. Let go. Cast aside what you do not need. Let it free into the sun's fire. Now is enough. Empty your heavy sacks into the fire. Let your trust in life burn higher. Reconnect with your I am. Feel the fresh, cool waters of your I am. God's plan, consciousness, your personal candle of Christ's love. Remember how it was on the darkest day. Feel and trust the living wisdom of the polarities. Live into the bright light and the warm passion of St. John's Summer Festival. Feel the secret. Connect with the truth of the inspiration within you. Unite and let it set you free. For I am the I am. It's great, just great. Quite often you get Uriel. He's the kind of ruler of this summer festival, and you get him like depicted like that. And I was just, when you get this is a cleavage, and it's really high at this time of year, but it's got this amazing kind of heat quality. And I think this has a total strong relationship to this, how you can get a kind of healing relationship with this time of year, and when you connect with the essence of it in a healing way. Yeah, there's loads of it about this year particularly. There was a couple of other things I wanted to mention. One of them is George MacDonald. I don't know if you've ever come across him. He's a Scottish priest, big beard. Actually, he wasn't Scottish, but he lived up here for a bit, and he inspired a lot of the first fantasy writers. He was like the first, and he was a priest. His work's amazing. But one of the quotes I'd like to read from his book, Fantasy, is it's a quote from Goethe, and it's from Faust, and it's just brilliant because it brings a kind of quality of the kind of a lot of the disease that we're living in at the moment, this kind of COVID disconnection thing and the war thing, and then not enough scarcity thing. Right. This is a quote. I am part of the part, which at first was the whole. I am part of the part, which at first was the whole. This is from Goethe's it's Mephistopheles and Faust. It's just brilliant, that, isn't it? It's a great quote. The devil. Totally connected to the last thing I want to bring is is this book. I don't know if you've ever read it. It's Life from Light. That guy goes on doesn't eat for a long time, and it's just this. It's very much connected to this time of year, and because it's a kind of light festival, fire is very much connected to the sun's light, particularly in the northern hemispheres where it doesn't really get dark. So, right, we surely miss the point when we look on light and food as being alternative issues. One of the best answers to the question, bread or light, may be found in the well known saying of the medieval mystic Angulus Silenus. Angulus Silenus. I don't know who he is, so I'll find out. Angulus, or maybe you can let me know. Angulus Silenus. It is not bread that feeds us. What feeds us is the bread. What feeds us in the bread is God's eternal word in spirit and is life. It is not bread that feeds us. What feeds us in the bread is God's eternal word, is spirit, and is life. Great stuff. It's great stuff. And one of the other things I wanted to share before I head off is it's amazing, like when I was walking back from that walk to the chapel, I suddenly thought about how, how do you get that quality of inner peace, that inner silence, kind of deep meditative silence in this time of year, and connect it with that kind of serene quality of the light, radiant light. And I think it's been able to work with that is for me an important meditation of this festival, particularly now with what's going on. Just totally. So, post any comments or whatever your thoughts on it. I'm gonna head off just now. See you later. Thanks for being there. Right. Bye for now.